here we have ATVVAUN's sister.
From any type of sexual trauma or anything like that happened to you?
Yeah, a whole lot of it.
A whole lot of it?
Through my mama and through my sister.
What happened with that?
My sister, she used to.
So how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
You know, if China, if you was out the house, I guess how do you know that this stuff wasn't happening? You know,
Something happened to Vaughn though. You know what I'm saying? I can't
something did
necessarily
happen to
say it was
Vaughn.
my mother or my sister, but something happened. Something
So do
traumatic
we?
happened.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. People ain't gonna like me for this.
Nope. No. No, Tanya. I mean, China.
Wherever he was at.
What's up, YouTube? Back in the lab with KD for the summertime. And this time I got my hitters with me. If you want to get this work, hit up at KD with the muscle on Instagram. Now back to the content.
All right. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with a special. So, guys, this is actually an update. And so here we have ATVVAUN's sister. And so how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. And I guess we have his other sister as well on the line. She's just on mute right now. And so, you know, we said hello. How you doing? She can definitely pop on and unmute whenever she feels necessary. And so you basically contacted me because you saw the latest Vaughn video. It's kind of getting more spins than any of the other ones have. And, you know, he made a lot of salacious claims on there about things that happened to him when he was younger. Specifically, sexual assault things and things that involved his family, specifically his sister. Which sister was he talking about when he was saying that stuff?
Well, just to give you a quick dialogue, I am China. I am the oldest of our mother's children.
Okay.
My mama has 3 daughters, and we all have the same father. My brother's the youngest, and he has a different father. I am 46. I have a 43-year-old sister. Duck is 38. Almost tomorrow's her birthday, actually.
Well,
and
happy birthday, Duck.
37.
Yeah.
Sorry, 37. Thank you. Happy 37.
37. My bad. and Vaughn is actually. And Devon is actually what? Is Devon 35 or 36?
Yeah, Vaughn's a year under me. So I'm 36, Devon is 35. I'll be 37 tomorrow, and Vaughn will be 36 in October.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the yeah. And he's referring to the fake allegations of which would be my 43-year-old sister. And mind you, I'm not really speaking to them at the moment. So this is not for them or nothing. This is just for the God's honest truth. It's just time.
When you say you're not speaking
games.
to them, which them are you referring to?
My mother or my sister, because we come from a dysfunctional background for sure. It was you know, back in the 70s, 80s, crack was out. My mom is still a current user, as well as my brother. My brother had turned to a meth head, I don't know how long ago. I really don't deal with that particular side of the family because of the dysfunction. I'm recovering as well. I did coke in my 20s. I've been clean for almost 30 years now.
Congratulations.
Well, not almost 30 years, but yeah, 20 some change. So close enough. Yeah. And so I just don't need that type of, you know, that type of energy around me. So I just choose to, you know, stay in my own lane.
I get it. So what parts of the interview did you want to clear up?
Well, actually, I've seen a couple of them. Like I said, I really don't socialize too much. I don't know how my brother keeps popping up on my YouTube because I might looking for something else and he just came up. And this is like so monstrous. You know what I'm saying? It's just so crazy when you're searching for something and you see your sibling on TV making these accusations that are incorrect and falsified on purpose. You know, so he has a reason for doing this for sure. You know, I don't know if it's money or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I just wanted to really just
Well, so what? Right. So let's jump into it. I mean.
Well, basically, just a quick rundown. My mom had some issues as far as losing her parent at a very young age, which caused her some mental illness. So she wasn't she wasn't able to raise us the best she could because of her mental blockage. Okay. So we kind of grew up a little bit hard. My mom was not perfect by far, but she was never a predator. Vaughn has been a problem child from day one. Devon Rashawn Kane is his government. He has been a problem. He was sent to go live with my uncle. I'll keep him anonymous. In here in Georgia, at a young age, and we're not sure. It could have been some things going on with that part of the family before Vaughn even went there. So I don't know why Vaughn was even sent there. To be honest, I'm gonna just leave it at that. With that,
What age do you
so it's some
remember him
things,
being sent there?
huh?
What age do you remember him being sent there?
Because I'm 9 years older than my sister, Doug. So I'm 10 years older than him. So I left the house at the age of 15. So Vaughn was probably there, probably at like a toddler. And my mom was actually at that moment when he left at that time, my mom was struggling with her addiction, that she still currently is battling right now. But then he came back and it was just back and forth. And by that time I was gone already, you know what I mean? Because I had left the house at 15. But he was young when he first went there, like a toddler. He came back home for a couple of
Like around
years.
5, right?
Was it
Like
about
around 5
5?
years. Yeah, about
Okay.
5.
Okay.
And see, she
And
would know more because she's closer to his age than I am.
right. Okay. And so he was living there from about 5. And at what point did he ever come back home, or at what point did he come back home? What age do you remember, Duck?
Yeah. Duck. Duck. I don't know. I don't know where she at.
She
I
had
can't remember.
unmuted. She had unmuted, so maybe I don't know. Maybe it's something with her audio. But
Duck.
okay, so
Okay.
because I guess
Yeah.
okay. Wait, there she goes. Okay, we'll see. No worries. Duck.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can
Yeah,
hear
there
you
you
now.
go.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Sorry about my phone keep ringing. I think Vaughn came, he went about 5, maybe came back around his preteen years, tween years, about 10, 11.
Okay.
A little bit, maybe 5th grade and onward. At that time, he was having some struggles with schooling. I think he was on an IEP. He was having behavioral issues. He was just giving my mother a hard time. By then, my older 2 sisters were already at the household, so it was just him and I. My mom got to a point around his 12-year-old year, about 12 or 13, where his behavior just became too much for her to handle. And at that point, that's where he was transitioning to foster care.
Okay.
So the foster care thing that he mentioned is accurate. He was sent to foster care around 11 or 12.
Okay. So I mean, I guess I'm gonna ask some tough questions, right? So if if China, if you was out the house,
Uh-huh.
I guess how do you know that this stuff wasn't happening?
Because the ages that he's saying. My brother has been saying this. We actually had a big, huge Facebook fight, and I'm not a very public person. Like I'm very, even with my for certain thing, I don't share a lot on Facebook on the internet at all. We had a big thing because Vaughn getting these episodes where he wanted to put people on blast or whatever. And my mom is like that too. Like when I say them two are peas in the pods, they codependent off each other. They feed off each other. Okay. I wouldn't doubt they got high together. Honestly, I don't know. But the time he was saying that he was molested, he wasn't either there or I was still in the house. It just didn't happen. And his stories kept changing. Because at first, when he decided to come up with this shenanigans, is when he said that my sister, which we'll keep her name anonymous, but people gonna put shit together anyway. So everybody's gonna know, and people that truly know us know us. They know exactly what's going on. First it was just her, and then I don't know how my mom got involved in now molesting him. You see what I'm saying? And my sister was there too. So maybe you could get a more clearer understanding, but I know for sure in my heart, as I know God is real, that my mom did not do that, nor my sister. And my sister was left when I left. She was
You
gone.
mean, okay, the middle sister.
Yeah, the middle one. When
Well,
I
you
left,
you
she
left at
left.
15. I mean, she like you said
I
she
got
was
emancipated
pregnant,
by the
right?
state. I fought hard to get my freedom. And that's what I did. And when I did that, I was taking all my sisters and brothers with me. And that's kind of sort of the domino effect that happened. So, like I said, my mom was a lot of things, but she wasn't no predator. Like, let's be clear.
Okay.
So
I
and
mean, so
I'm just trying. Uh-huh.
no, so real quick, Duck, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
So because you was a year, you're a year older than Vaughn, so you was there
Right.
at the same
Mm-hmm.
time that he was there. Sounds like, right?
Mm-hmm. That was.
So, I mean, is there any possibility, like even a 1% chance, that this may have been happening at times where you didn't know about?
I hate to kind of discredit someone's experience. I think is irresponsible. But at the same time, I must be honest. There is nothing, no notion that I could have gotten that told me that my mother was SAing my brother or my sister. In that fact, it was nothing that ever could have happened that would make me believe that.
Ever. She
That would
just
make
Yeah.
me
wasn't that
nothing that
person.
ever could have
I
happened.
guess
And
for
like I
me, I
said,
just
I would hate to discredit anyone's trauma. Because everybody has their own trauma, and you can't necessarily say who's telling the truth or who's lying as far as their perspective. But at my perspective, it never happened. Never happened.
okay, okay. So from what you guys know, there's no possibility. Has your mom addressed this at all?
My mom is ill. My mom is my mom won't address it. And my thing is, when he does address it, because he posts it on Facebook, she started praying immediately. He has a demon in him. I don't know, and I heard you say that in your one video, but we've been knew this boy had a demon in him. He has demons, plural demons in him.
Careful because when I said it, I got skewered on my channel. They came after me in the comments. They still commenting on that video
I
telling me
wouldn't give a damn what these comments say. I said he got a demon, he got a demon, and that's just
listen,
it.
I've been around Vaughn, so I know. Okay, so that's why it's a situation where I said what I said. Okay, and
Right, and
so
maybe it's because you're not his sister, but by
no,
me
no, no, no. I'm
having
saying I agree with
Yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah,
agreed
I
with
know,
you.
but
Yeah.
I'm thinking that comments is probably saying that because they think that you don't have no right. But I know I have plenty of right to call that boy what he
Right.
is.
you. Okay, yeah. I mean, listen, I love Vaughn. Vaughn is my guy. I bailed Vaughn out of jail. I've slipped them, funds here and there when there was no business transaction involved and all like that. And
Can we one more? I'm sorry. Can I
sure,
smoke this on?
yeah,
Am I allowed to smoke
of
this on
course.
camera?
No, do your
Okay.
thing, do your thing. And so, I mean, he's like most people. He's a mixed bag, right? I think
Uh
people
huh.
got to see a different side of him when he's taking care of the babies, like how he is, right?
Uh huh.
Do you guys think that specifically the new babies that he has, and the fact that he has to take care of them, alone, basically? Do you think that that is going to kind of change him and kind of, help to kind of mature him in certain ways so that some of those things dissipate?
Well, I can't speak on it because I haven't hung around him in years, and I'm not gonna give no hearsay. I'm just not gonna do that. Dear, if you want to answer that, but I don't
I'm
believe it. Let's just
hopeful.
say that.
I'm praying for Vaughn continuously. You know what I'm saying? I am hopeful that this situation, that whatever situation he's in, that it does mature him. You know what I'm saying? It does changes his perspective on life. I also feel like Vaughn should get some kind of help. He needs some
Yes.
therapy, he needs some counseling.
Yep.
He needs some drug and alcohol counseling as well.
Hmm.
But I am hopeful. I am very hopeful that in the future that Vaughn is able to turn his life around and get on the right path. That's all I
Hmm.
really can
Yeah, I
do
mean,
is just stay prayed up.
I was about to say, I can tell you from being around him now for a couple of years, and kind of seeing the flow, seeing the ebbs and flows with him. I can say that I think that he's starting to turn a new leaf, and I think that the kids are the catalyst to that. The fact that he has to change the diapers, he has to do every single thing. He has to make sure that these kids eat, and they're relying on him. And I don't know if you've seen his babies, but they're the cutest little things.
I have. I have.
The little girl is she's got these big old eyes that will just, I mean, suck you in every time, man. So they are just the cutest
Mhm.
little babies. And so I'm thinking that that's something that's going to happen. But I'll also say this: I've interviewed Vaughn several times, and he could have said this at any point. You know, I'm, I hear you guys' perspectives, but I also know that humans, nothing. I don't put nothing past humans. Okay, and especially with the channel I have and the stories that I've heard. I mean, if it is just if somehow it is true in one way or another that either the mom or the sister or both, did that, would you feel kind of like, like you need to apologize or anything like that? Or would you kind of have a different perspective of your brother if that were the case?
You want to answer that first before I go?
Um, see, that's why I was very careful about how I worded my opinion when it came to this matter. Like I said initially, I cannot determine what is true and what is not true in someone else's trauma. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's his perspective, that's his life. All I can say is from my perspective, there was no time or place where it could have happened because me and Vaughn being so close to the age, we were constantly together. And even when we weren't together, we were together. When we weren't together, that's because he was in
They was
foster care.
trauma bonded
You know what I'm
even
saying?
more.
Me and Vaughn were always constantly together. So from my perspective, I'm gonna be clear. This is my perspective.
Right.
From my perspective, it couldn't have happened. But that does not go to say that it never happened. That is not. I would never be that irresponsible where I say that his situation that he did with is not true. I can't say it's not true. I'm just saying that I cannot vouch and say it is true. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense.
I'm
But
not saying it never happened.
Okay, go ahead, sis.
I'm sorry because I'm a little. I don't. It's your opinion on that how you word it. I really don't care what the people think about me. Is my problem because I'm going to stand for what's right. And out of all, if that was the problem, I could have definitely used that to get out that house. You understand what I'm saying? I told the truth. Ours was abuse. We were physically abused. Right. Just like a lot of other Black children was getting their ass whooped by switches and things like that. My mom just kind of took things sometimes a little bit to the extreme.
Too far, right?
Yeah, no, I'm an 80s baby. I know. So,
huh?
I say I'm an 80s baby. I know. We used to go.
Yeah, so everybody did. We was really getting abused, honestly. But and my mom's drug usage. So that's why I fought so hard to get out the system. That would have been an easy way for me at that time because that would have been around the time he said he was touched on, right?
Well, but he is a male and you're a female, right? So there's that as far as the difference in what the experience.
The time frame, huh?
Well, no, just the fact that he's a male and you're a female. So, I mean, she would probably be less likely to sexually abuse you as a female versus him as a male.
I just don't see it in her spirit. Like
I don't see it happening either.
But like discernment for personality. Yeah, I know my mother, and I know, and she's listen. I don't like her. I love her. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to defend her at all. But I already know my blessing's going to come anyway for me speaking on this for her. You know what I'm saying? And her defense. Because she is really not mentally prepared. My mom has always gave Vaughn. My mom was so tough on this. She kicked all the girls out. Like when she wanted to do whatever she wanted to do, we got gone. Vaughn was always the one that was protected. You understand what I'm saying? When Vaughn wanted something, Vaughn got everything because I was her only boy. Vaughn never had to clean up or none of that stuff. We always had
know how that goes.
Right, but it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. She prayed for a boy. All of us are supposed to be boys. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask though. I mean, so given what you just said, does that lend itself to the idea that maybe something could have happened? She's giving them special treatment. She's, keeping them,
That was her baby boy. As me growing
she just spoiled him, not touching him.
She spoiled him.
Okay.
Yeah. That was her only boy. And and this is after her marriage that she was with her husband with for years, and he did not produce a boy. Actually, she had a boy, to be quite honest, and my dad, I'm just telling the business. She had to get rid of the boy that was supposed to be after me. Okay. So she always wanted this boy. Just like I always wanted a boy. After my third girl, I just gave my twos back to God and tell him to keep them because I have no use for those.
Yeah, I don't have a boy either, but
right. So she wants what she wants. But just like my youngest was spoiled than all my other kids, and she was the baddest one. That's the crazy part. So when you have that last baby, something about that mother and that last baby. They get by with murder because either you too tired at this moment because you didn't raise the other children. You see what I'm saying?
I get it. I get
Or
it.
times are changing. So I'm telling you, it was never ever like that. My mom just always, I don't know. I honestly sometimes think it was because we were our daddy's children. You know what I'm saying?
Something happened to Vaughn though. You know what I'm saying? I can't
Something did
necessarily
happen to
say it was
Vaughn.
my mother or my sister, but something happened. Something
So do
traumatic
we?
happened.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. People ain't gonna like me for this.
Nope. 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 No. No. No, Tanya. I mean China.
Wherever he was at, when he was at, is what happened to that boy. In my opinion. That's my opinion.
So do you mean from the ages of 5 to 10? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know the ages, honestly. I can't tell you a particular age
Well, I
because
mean,
I didn't even hear about.
So basically, it sounds like he was with your mom from birth to about 5 or so, and then around 5 he went to go live with the uncle, and then he came back sometime around 10, and then went to foster care sometime around 12. So if that's the timeline, then it sounds like you're suggesting that in between that 5 and 10 period is maybe when you think some trauma may have taken place.
In between that 5 and 10 period is when Vaughn did the most development, and he also changed drastically, personality wise, behavior. A lot of things changed. By the time he came back, he was going through puberty, and his behavior was just uncontrollable.
Who lived at the house that he was at with the uncle?
Just us.
When he came back, when he came back from Georgia, who lived there?
When he was living with the uncle, who else lived at the house with the uncle with him?
The wife and the kids. And
how many kids did they have? Like how many was it like a packed household, or was it just like the wife?
No, listen, look, I don't even want to get too far into that. Let's just say it's been speculations from the past from him. Okay. I don't know 100%. I just know I probably wouldn't
talking about Vaughn or the uncle?
About my uncle. So looking back as an adult now in Einstein, I don't understand why my mom even stumped him there in the first place. Period. Because I just would never stump him there. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
So and
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
so I don't know. You know how some people they he was if it did happen, because like I said, I cannot say it did not happen to him. That's what my sister was trying to say. We can't say nothing did not happen to that boy.
Right.
Because something happened to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's normally where there's smoke, there's normally some type of fire.
You think he's projecting, Tanya? Is that what you mean? He's like projecting?
Yes. Or projecting, or maybe he's so angry. He might be that's probably why he mistreat my mom so much, because he's so pissed the fuck off at her. He probably hates her. You know what I'm saying? And my mom can make you feel that way. Honestly, she can make you feel that way. I have such a big family, but I'm so alone. You see what I'm saying? I moved down to Georgia to be close to my mom, but I can't take it. I refuse for my own mental sanity.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You got to feed people with a long-handed spoon. Long-handed spoon. So I know how that is. I'm sorry to hear that that's the case too, because that's always a tough situation. No matter how processed, how much of it you've processed and how used to it you've gotten, it still is always something that is kind of a rough thing to have to deal with, no matter what. So
it is.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I say, wish you nothing but the best as far as that goes. And I definitely hope one day that your mom can kind of turn it around, and you guys can kind of hash things out. Because we only get one mom, right? So we, man. Okay, so all right, so that gives a lot of clarity. It still doesn't quite clear it up, but it gives clarity that there could be other possibilities. But clearly, as Duck is saying, something at some point happened somewhere, whether it was sexual or not or whatever. Some traumatic thing happened.
It's been traumatic the whole lifestyle, though. It's not like it just became traumatic when he left. It was traumatic before he left. It's been traumatic.
Right.
That's why I'm emancipated. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's just been trauma after trauma. My mom was fighting her own demons. You know what I'm saying?
What
So
about
it's
Von's
always
dad?
been,
What? Because you say that you guys have the same dad, and then he's got a different dad.
and
Was his
that's the thing
dad ever
too. He
like
don't have no
friendly?
dad.
Huh?
He don't have no dad.
No, his father wasn't involved. I think when mine came back from Georgia, sometime around middle school, he tried to reach out to his father and he was rejected.
He was
And I think that
rejected.
even, yeah, he was rejected by his father and the family. And I think
Yep.
that even it made it even more worse. His mental
Vine
Oh
health
used to
even
walk
yeah.
started to
past.
decline even faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vine used to walk past their house all the time to the park. All the
yeah.
time. Just to walk past that street,
We
just
used to
hoping
ride our
he'll see
bikes over
him.
there. Yeah.
Yep. So it did. It did. We had a dad. Our dad was like picking us up and stuff. You know what I mean? So it was just like and I remember it. Like
Did he used to go with you guys when your dad would come pick you up, or did he stay behind?
occasion or two. So my dad used to feel bad sometime about it, and then we'll take him with us. Like we were just talking about this other day. He went and got something, and he brought my brother something, some Christmas present or something. He brought my brother something back too. But yeah, he tried. My mom was difficult too, so my dad had problems too. Everybody has problems that kind of encounter her, you know.
How come you didn't go live
Um,
with your dad at 15? How come you got emancipated?
um, okay, well, I got pregnant. The first time I had sex, I don't even know why I had sex. This guy tricked me, kind of. That's a different story.
Mookie,
Got pregnant.
Kenzie, you better be listening to this. Go ahead. I'm talking to my daughters
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, they do. He lied to me. I was 15 when I started talking to him. He told me he was like 17, 18. The man was like 23. Come to find
Mhm.
out he has like 4 or 5 other children that their
Ooh,
mom is all my age.
ooh.
So you figure out what the hell he's got going on. So that was, you know what I'm saying? So, but I don't do abortions. So I kept my baby. I was pregnant, and my mom just wanted me to, I don't know. She was just fighting with me a lot. It was before that.
Right,
I kind of feel
but
like
that's what I'm asking. Like, how come dad didn't say, all right, well, you're
I just want to
pregnant?
be. I want to be on my own. There's this thing in Ohio called the Huckleberry Houses where the teens would go, like a rescue house. You know what I'm saying? It had got to the point where it had got to the point where these people knew our family.
Right, so y'all was regulars or whatever.
We
I
was
get
taking turns,
it. I
okay?
get it. I get it. I get it. I
All
get
her
it.
kids.
I guess me just,
Hmm.
as a dad, there's no way, right? I would have,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
have made sure that, all right, well, you messed up,
I
let's
want,
start
yeah.
over, that type of stuff. So, okay.
I want to do
Right.
my own. Yeah, I didn't want to go
Okay.
with my dad. I
It's
wanted to
just kind
be.
of,
My dad's strict as hell. You know what I'm saying? And I was
see,
pregnant.
that's
It was
what you
time for me to be
needed.
on my
That's
own.
what you needed. That's exactly what you needed. See, yeah, we
Hmm.
better learn.
Yeah.
We better
Hmm.
learn. But all right, all
Hmm.
right. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys hitting me up.
Hmm.
I hope that you were able to express yourselves and kind of clear any confusion up that you felt like existed. So I'll definitely make sure I post this on the main channel, and we'll see. I never know how many views any video is gonna do, but given that his is doing a decent number, hopefully this does a decent number so that you guys' counter message can be spread as well. And I'll hit him up and let him know like, hey, or he'll see it eventually. Like, hey, your
He
sister
gonna
hit me up.
see it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's crazy
And
because
all
I
these.
literally the video that I was editing when you just called me, he's on that video. He like
Mm.
made a guest cameo appearance in the video, and was just was just talking about the interview and how the response has been from the audience. So we're gonna see what the response is now. But either way, like I said, I appreciate you guys for sure.
What I do want to say, I am praying for him and my mother as well. I hope they get
Yes,
themselves
please.
together.
Hmm.
And y'all trolls can really kiss, you know what? Because I know what's coming or whatever.
It's all right. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
trauma. We can't keep sweeping
On
things
my
under the
channel,
rug.
thick skin is always a good thing to have because boy, they gonna come
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, absolutely.
But no worries. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that understand your perspective as well.
Hopefully they do. I'm
Yeah, no doubt,
transparent.
no doubt. Exactly.
Hmm.
So, all right. Well, listen, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. You have my number, so it's open line. Hit me if you ever need me. And like we all say, we're gonna be praying for Vaughn. We wish him nothing but the best. But we don't want any misconceptions or anything like that out there. If it is one, If it's not, and what he's saying is 100% true, then again, we're gonna hope for the best, and I mean, you
Yep.
never
I
know
just
with
want
these
to
things.
speak
So.
up. That's all. I'm just speaking up. That's it.
Absolutely.
But
All
thank
right.
you
Well,
so
listen.
much.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all definitely have a great rest of your day. Okay.
Thank you. You
Bye.
too.
Right.
Bye.